Hey there, CJ students. Welcome to homework R.11, adding and subtracting fractions review. It's a practice. You can check with calculators, but you must show all work, and it's due tomorrow. I've made this homework extremely short because I know tonight was back to school night, so I don't want you staying up super late, buried in work. All right, so number one, it says Judy is playing a card game. She needs to select two cards below that have a sum greater than 5, so bigger than 5. Which two cards should she select and prove it? All right, so obviously, she's going to select one of the cards that has 2 as a whole. Probably not going to select the other card that has 1 as a whole because 2 plus 1 is only going to give you 3. And then if you add the fractions, maybe you'll get to 4, but you won't get much further than that. So you're going to pick 2 of these cards. You're going to add them together and show that they're greater than 5. All right? You'll do that on your own. Number 2, I'll do with you. So we got subtracting mixed numbers. We got to find common denominators first. So I do times 2 times 2. That becomes 8 and 9/10 minus 1 and 2/10. And when I do my subtraction, 9 minus 2 is 7/10. 8 minus 1 is 7. So 7 and 7/10. And I circle my answer. Number 4, we're adding mixed numbers. So again, we got to find common denominators. Least common multiple between 3 and 8 happens to be 24. So times 8 times 8, and then down here we're going to do times 3 times 3, right? My new fraction becomes 2 and 16 over 24 plus 1 and 15 over 24. When I add this up, I get 16 plus 15, that's 31 over 24, and 2 plus 1 is 3. Now the problem is 31 over 24, improper fraction. So what is that really? It is 24 goes into 31 one time, with 31 minus 24, 7 left over, and we keep the denominator. So really, it is 3 plus 1 and 7/24, which gives us our answer of 4 and 7 over 24 as our answer. All right, number 5, it just says Trista has 7/8 of a yard of ribbon to use for making decorative frames. If one frame is used 5/6 of a yard of ribbon, then how much is remaining? So you can think of this, she's got all this ribbon right here, that's 7/8 yards, and then she takes the ribbon and she puts it around a frame, that's a picture, right? And she uses 5/6 yards, right? How much is left over, right? So we're cutting this and we're really going to be ending up subtracting for that remaining. All right, so you'll figure that out and do your answer. Finally, number 6, it says Joey and Harper are making fruit smoothies. They each squeeze oranges. Joey is able to squeeze 2 1/8 cups. So here's Joey with his little cup here, and he squeezes it, and it gets 2 1/8 cups, right? So there's 2 full cups, of all of the orange juice, and then 1 little cup there of 1/8, right? And then Harper is able to squeeze 1 2/3 cups. So he's got 1 full cup, right? And then this other cup is divided into 2/3, so just a little bit more than half, okay? And how much orange juice do they have combined? So simply we are adding Joey plus Harper because of the keyword combine, and we are finding common denominators first. So we say times 8 times 8, and we say times 3 times 3, and we get our fraction 2 and 3 over 24 plus 1 and 16 over 24. And we add it up. So 3 plus 16, that's 19 over 24, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So they got 3 and 19/24 cups of OJ. All right, that's it. Call me if you have questions. See you tomorrow.